Hey there everyone, it's MisterStubstep and I'm excited to be back and opening up another 151 product. This being the Elite Trainer box of Scarlet and Violet 151, just the regular one featuring big ol' Snorlax. This is a beautiful box. Like always, I'll have down below what I paid. I believe I got both of these off eBay. I looked at both, decided which one was in better condition, and this is the one I decided to keep sealed in one of these Target food storage containers. Get them for $10 and the food storage container section. And then I did get another one because I will have my Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box coming. And then also I need to get two more for the Paradox Rift 2 variants. So there is that. Before I get into this, I have a couple other pickups to talk about, so chapters are always down below. I did get two booster boxes, which are very nice. I'll have the prices of what I paid for these down below as well. And I got them both off of eBay. It took me a while to get the Obsidian Flames booster boxes because if you weren't aware, I've been in Marina del Rey, California for about a month now. So about, a month and a half ago, 2 months, I was in the process of moving. So a lot of my funds were more allocated towards the move in life versus Pokemon products, because I would normally spend a certain amount every month. But then that month I didn't really get any Pokemon products. So that's why I was behind on the Obsidian Flames product. But now I'm catching up. This one looks to be a little bit more damaged. So look forward to me opening this in a future video. And then this one will probably keep sealed. For those of you not aware, all the main sets, I try to keep at least one booster box sealed. Nothing in particular, just like keeping a collection of the booster boxes is kind of cool because I never had booster boxes growing up, so it's kind of nice to have them. And Elite Trainer boxes for the special sets, I'll always get them, and then I get all the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes for every set. So let's get right into this opening. Normally on the back of these, they have a good catchphrase for the set or the Pokemon that's featured in the set, but they just did "gotta catch 'em all," which is the classic, pretty much first catchphrase of Pokemon, which is awesome. And there's no crazy artwork on this, so I'm not going to break it apart. It's just the awesome, colorful 151 Pokemon featured. And I will go through... Ooh, this feels weird. It feels more like cardboardy, papery, I guess. I will go through my main chase cards in the set. Anything from the Bulbasaur line. And then... I honestly don't mind the full arts. People hate on the full arts. I think the full arts look decent. I do like that Tangela. That Tangela looks nice. Honestly, any of the special illustration, but that is my #1 chase card. A lot of people don't like it that much, but I think it's one of the coolest cards from this set because Venusaur is my first starter ever. You know how it goes. And looks to be well organized. No color on this divider, which is interesting. Hopefully we have, what is it, 9 packs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. And we'll go over this. Well, I didn't want to show off the QR code because then somebody could scan it, but beautiful sleeves. Beautiful sleeves. I see people using this on PCTGL and I kind of get jealous, but I just gave the code away, so there's that. We do have this Snorlax, which is amazing. That voraciousness. Once during your turn, you put it to 2 leftover cards from your discard pile into your hand. We'll open this one up, and then I should be getting my Pokemon Center one, which is exciting. But this one will definitely go into the Scarlet and Violet binder, and that is... You got Diglett going right up to Snorlax. This is a throwback to the original games because Snorlax is always a roadblock. You got to use the Poke Flute. And, wow, I got to talk to Mr. Fuji. And that Pidgey looking super cute on top of Snorlax. We'll just put that down there. We have a Block of Energy. Classic. And these energies are numbered, but I only really included them in my... Or I'll only plan to include them on Scarlet Violet base Master Set until the energy change. Oh, it's the same thing on both sides. Those are cool. We have die, damage counter die, and a coin flip die, and then more of the new age status condition markers, and a clean, simple Elite Trainer box that is brilliant. Love to add that to the, I almost said Elite Trainer box collection, but I kind of just keep my favorite ones and then throw away the other ones, but I only keep the ones that I need to actually store contents away. So now we'll get right into these packs. Hopefully I can get at least one illustration rare, but let me know if you've opened up any 151 and if you've got anything decent pulled. I've just done my one opening on the channel, and it was quite fruitful. A lot of people are complaining about the pull rates of 151, but I'm excited to explore more. So I probably will end up keeping this code for myself, but if there's any cards that I haven't seen, Ponyta, gotta save that for mystery. Speaking of mystery, she did visit this past weekend. Ooh, Giovanni's Charisma. Put an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon into their hand if you do attach an energy from your hand. I mean, it's kind of all right, but not the best supporter card. Mystery did visit, and it was quite awesome. Rattata. No. What?
Oh
okay,
my
for those of
God!
you that have been on my channel for a while, Like, I call out my #1 chase cards, and I'm telling you, how many sets in a row has it been? How many? I have pulled my #1 chase card from so many sets. It is actually ridiculous. I don't even open up that many packs. You see these people open up hundreds and thousands of packs per set, you know, fill out the whole master set. Oh my gosh. Let me finish the pack up. Oh, is there Kabutops? Got the Ancient Way. Apply weakness ×4. That's kind of sick. And I will keep this code for myself. I'll probably keep 2 codes for myself for the PCTGL, but oh my gosh. We'll admire the holofoil pattern there. If I can get any of it. Oh, yeah. Oh, see the eyes? That is a gorgeous card. Holy crud. Okay. Speaking of Venusaur, I attempted to make a Venusaur deck. Oh my gosh, I was raging. People were saying Venusaur was the worst starter card to come out of these. It has a Tranquil Flower. When you're in the active, you can heal 60 HP. Dangerous Toxwhip does 150, and your opponent's Pokemon is now confused and poisoned, which is decent. You can pretty much 2-hit everything with the poison damage, potential confused and damage. But it was just so unreliable. And then, like, a lot of the Charizard decks now are running, like, regular Charizard or Entei, hits for weakness, 340 HP when it's, you know, when the smaller attacks are doubled. I mean, it still takes out Venusaur. Even though Venusaur is chunky as heck, it still gets hit for weakness and gets taken out. So really depressing. And it can't even one-hit Charizard if it hits for weakness, which is another depressing thing. Like, I can't believe it. I can't believe I pulled my #1 chase card in the first pack of the Elite Trainer box. Granted, this would be my 8th pack of opening 151, but I heard the pull rates for those are pretty hard. I think it's like 1 in 30 or something like that you get a special illustration there. So that is, wow. Okay, so Mystery visited last weekend, and it was awesome. We went to a really nice mall. We had like sushi there, which they had the hand-rolled sushi. So basically, they give you like the stuff kind of like in the seaweed, and then you wrap it yourself. And then they had droppers for the soy sauce, which I'd never seen that approach either. You know, I felt like a little chemist just adding some salt to my fish, and it was delicious. But oh, also I heard about demigod packs within this, so that's kind of cool, where you get like the whole starting line of the illustration rares. So that'd be kind of cool to pull one of these. Old Amber and another Mew EX. Oh my goodness, I'll save this code. So we got Mew EX. This is my second one of these, so I'm probably gonna end up selling this one because I think this goes for a decent amount. It's definitely not a bulk EX. It can be teched into a lot of different decks with that genome hacking, and then the restart, you know, is not the best draw ever, but it's a decent draw. It has light HP for a 2-prizer, but it has a lot of versatility, so there's that. But we went to a nice mall. We had good breakfast. We had mochi nut, which they're like the mochi donuts. And to be honest, I do prefer just regular donuts, but it's always nice to have something novel. Okay, I need a regular extra copy of this so I can add it to my Kimura master set. We have the Farfetch'd. There's an apple and then the leek. That's amazing. So yeah, mochi nut was good. They had an interesting sales strategy. The minimum amount of donuts you could buy was 3, so we had to get 3 no matter what. We were just going to try like 1 or 2. Like, oh, sorry, minimum purchase is 3, which very interesting that you have to buy 3 donuts no matter what. And the Beedrill. Oh my gosh, speaking of Beedrill, I also attempted to run a Beedrill deck because I saw the Nadir. If you have no cards in your hand, this attack does 120 more damage, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed and poisoned. So, paralyzation is always an amazing, it's like the best, because you can't like retreat, you have to have a switch card, you can't flip out of it, like you're just stuck for a turn unless you have a switch, or some type of ability to move you from the active spot. And yeah, I was going so hard for this, and I even had the other Beedrill, the single strike one that insta-kills if it has a special energy attached, and I just got wrecked. I think I got really close in one game, but I never actually won a game with that Beedrill deck. I got so excited. I feel like 151 has a lot of cards that tempt you to make a deck. Like, ooh, you can make this work. This is an archetype you can make work. And then you attempt it and get destroyed by Charizards. But, so I think in the past, I used to complain about, like, Baxcalibur, Miraidon, and all that stuff. No. Charizard is the worst perpetrator recently. Like I play 10 games, 9 of those games is against a Charizard. Even on the casual ladder, I hopped over to casual. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll get some, because I was testing out those cruddy decks. Nope. So, okay. If there's a Charmeleon behind this, I think they do like mini like evolution line things. Okay, never mind. Psyduck. Shout out to Josh if he still watches this channel, but I know Psyduck, he's a Psyduck collector. So are you okay? You know what? I never really thought Danny Phantom had a had any, what do you call it? Had any credibility with that batching thing, even though were both of these, yeah, these are all from the same eBay seller. So maybe there is some batching going on, because I have now pulled 2 duplicates. So I will be selling the worst condition out of the Daisy's Help that I have as well. Very interesting. But then I pulled the Venusaur, so you know what? I've had really good pull rates. An ultra rare, a double rare, special illustration, art rare. Promo. Fat Snorlax. Amazing. Whew. Oh, and then also while Mystery was here. So we have a, where we live near the beach, they have a Saturday like farmer's market type thing. And we go out to it and they have like, you know, baked goods, like all this stuff, you know, bread, everything. And Mystery really likes Danishes, so she bought like 6 Danishes. And she was going back to San Francisco like the following day. So she was like, well, let's get some Danishes. I'm like, okay. Got the Danishes. She ate like 1.5. And she was supposed to bring them with her, like on the plane. She accidentally left them. And lo and behold, I was a snacking. And those Danishes were amazing. Oh, we got the Dragonite. I'm always looking for more cards for Regidrago, but Dragon Pulse is nothing special. And the Dodrio. I recently watched Tricky Jim's video on Dodrio and Hisuian Zoroark, and I'm actually really tempted. Oh, yes! I've been looking for these, Energy. Been looking for these, because I'm definitely going to complete a master set of this set. So, because, I mean, it's 151. How could you not? I don't think I have the Darkness Energy yet, so that is awesome to add. I just looked over at my to-be sort. So, unfortunately, the binder that they give you with the binder collection box, it only holds exactly 360 cards. If you do every single card from the set that you can pull from a pack, including reverse holos, it's exactly 360 cards. So, unfortunately, those energies don't fit in the binder, so you'd have to get a bigger binder, which sucks. So, I'll end up just putting the energy somewhere else, and then, because I just feel like using the binder for the set that it came with, it just feels so right, you know? Even though it's not like the most amazing quality binder ever, it's decent enough for me, you know? It's good enough for me. So, oh, we got the Hitmonchan. Getting a lot of cards, adding them to my master set, which is exciting. We have, that's a lot of text, almost Yu-Gi-Oh levels of text. We have the Coughing. We have the Shelter. We have Machamp, a Mountain Choppin', and Guts. Nice. Looks like we have 3 more packs left. If I get nothing else, I'll be completely content. But yeah, no, that mall in so I went to another Westfield mall. So the previous one that I went to in Culver City was a Westfield mall, but then I went to this one in Santa Monica, and this one was, it was bougie. Like, so many high-end stores and designer stores and all that stuff. So it was really nice to kind of walk around and everything. Someone reminded me in my Discord about my stores, so I'm probably gonna reactivate my TCG Player store again, because it's been hidden for a while because I was moving and I just didn't want to have to deal with shipping cards. Hey, Haunter. Now all I need is the Gengar to get all these Komiya artworks from this line. Got the Cloyster, Scyther, and the Chansey. Oh, that Chansey is so precious. If you do this Pokemon as a face-on prize card during your turn and your bench is full, before you put it into your hand, you put it onto your bench. If you put this Pokemon on your bench in the way, flip a coin. If heads, take 1 more prize card. Wow. A lot of stipulations. But situationally, could do some crazy things. So, try the Beedrill deck, try the Venusaur deck, and then I tried an Onyx deck. So, I don't think I ran the Onyx very well. I know on the Pokemon TCG Reddit, somebody mentioned running Onyx with Ditto, which the new Ditto is kind of cool. On your first turn, if you start with it, it can automatically transform into another basic Pokemon. So, you essentially, like, can increase the amount of Onyxes that you have in your deck. And Onyx is a Pokemon that, like a double turbo or, you know, 2 energy to charge up, and it basically will discard the top 5 cards of your deck, and every card that's discarded that has a 4 retreat or more will do like 80 damage. So it's big damage. Obviously, you know, it's a lot of luck involved, but I ran it. I think I won once because I donked somebody, but then I lost all my other games. But I might consider adding the Ditto and all of that stuff. Yes! Let's go. Shout out to PokeRev, because I know he hates Mr. Mime. I don't watch PokeRev anymore because just recently, every year I kind of do like a purge of all the videos that I'm on the channels that I'm subscribed to. There's nothing wrong with PokeRev. I like him. He does great stuff. But the daily videos, I just couldn't keep up. And I'm one of those people that if I'm subscribed to somebody, I watch all their videos in their entirety because I add them to my watch later and then I finish them. And I just couldn't keep up with his videos. So Mr. Mime, Mimic Barrier. If this Pokemon and your opponent's active Pokemon have the same amount of energy attached, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon, and then put in 3 damage counters. Interesting. And the Articuno. So we are doing, oh, a duplicate of the metal now. Oh my gosh. I did hear these energy cards are pretty easy to pull though. So that will be another thing for the store. Okay, I definitely have to open up my store again because I want to capitalize while the iron is still hot. It's not as hot as before release, but for those of you not aware, if you plan on selling singles to kind of, I do it to supplement my collection so I basically get a bunch of TCG Player credit by selling on TCG Player, and then I use that same credit to buy more singles to add to my collection. So, you know, just feeds the fire. But it's a little bit, you know, if you make a few dollars every week and then that turns into like $15, $20 every month, I mean, that's $20 that you didn't have and it's just cards just sitting. And more than likely, the cards that I sell, like they're probably adding to somebody's collection or to somebody's deck. So that's a lot of times what comes from the TCG Player sales. So we have the Pidgeot, really cool. Not the Pidgeot EX. Is it Pidgeot? Yeah, it's Pidgeot. I was tripping out for a second. I was like, isn't it Pidgeot, the one that can draw a card, whatever? And the Jinx. Okay, we finished very strong. Why are people saying the pull rates are bad? This is a fantastic Elite Trainer box. We got the Jinx EX, the heart-stopping kiss. If your opponent's active Pokemon is asleep, it is knocked out. But it takes 3 energy, double turbo, and an energy attachment. So, guess that's one thing. 2 retreat. You could probably make it work, but yeah. Well, all right. That is all I have for this video. I did recently go to Costco to get some things. It kind of sucks going to Costco when you're by yourself because then you just have a bunch of crud that you got to move yourself. And then I have a wagon because I live in an apartment and you got to take the elevator. So it's just nice to have a wagon to tote everything around. But they did have some Pokemon cards in stock. They had like a Elite Trainer box and 2 Pokeball tins for $50, which isn't a horrible deal. But Costco sometimes have some amazing deals. So I'm waiting for those deals. And they had the Halloween cards as well. And then there's only one Target near where I live and no Walmarts. Like the Walmarts are all like really far away. So rest in peace, Walmart. But the Target, it never has any stock. I know I'm in a very extremely populated area, but yeah, my Target is always dry all the time, which is probably for the best because I don't like buying stuff retail anymore because it's just overpriced. When you can go on eBay or go online and get stuff for, you know, the previous retail, like the previous MSRP, what it used to be before we got upcharged, or even less than that. I mean, these booster boxes were less than $100 each, which at this point, I can't really complain when the MSRP is like 160 something. And okay, this is the last thing I'm going to talk about, and it's really random, but it made me like laugh because I was just so like struck by it. So I go for runs. I probably run like 4 times a week, and I was running my normal lap around like where I live. So I can do 1 full lap around where I live, and I don't have to cross any streets, which is a huge plus. And it's a mile, so if I want to do like multiple laps, I can, or, you know, I can explore. But if I go any farther, I have to cross a bunch of streets. So I was coming around and finishing up my lap, and I have a decent pace when I'm running. I'm nowhere where I used to be like in college or like with my previous work. But I try to at least maintain a 7:30 to 8-minute pace, because if I go slower than that, then like, why am I even running? I'm just kind of taking it easy, unless I go for like really long distance. But I usually keep about 7:30, 8-minute pace per mile. And I was running, and I see this woman coming, and it's always awkward when you're like running the same direction, because if it's opposite direction, you just kind of dodge each other, maybe like nod or acknowledge, hey, I respect your freaking drive, and then you keep going. But we both kind of like, so she's crossing the street, I'm coming here, and then it goes into a right, so I'm going here, and then she barely beats me, and then I come behind, and I'm like, okay, and then I immediately recognize what pace she's going at, and so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna run around her really quick. So I ran around, I made sure I had clearance. I didn't immediately cut her off. Like, I'm not a bad driver, I'm not a bad runner. And I made sure I had good enough space, and then I kept running, and then she was running behind me. And then, no joke, like 3 seconds later, she just like cuts me off. And it just was so unexpected. I like just laughed to myself. Like, I smiled and laughed because she just cuts me and like literally right in front of me, and then is just like running in front of me. And I'm like chilling behind her for a while, because at least based off of that, based off my experiences, I was like, oh, maybe she's doing intervals, because she like sprinted really quickly, got in front of me, and she didn't, you know, I was in her way. So she was doing intervals. And then she immediately started slowing down. And then she kind of like looked back at me and was like, why aren't you passing? And I was like, I'm fine now, because you were about to make another turn and we weren't going to go the same direction. And it was just, it really threw me off, because just imagine like you're running and just right in front of you, like right in front, like her hair almost like hit me. And I just, because it was so unexpected and sudden, like I just laughed to myself. I was smiling like a weirdo, but that's what happened. Weird story. Let me know if you've had anything weird like that happen to you recently. But look at this beauty. Oh my gosh, this tank. This gorgeous tank. Venusaur EX. Let me know how you've been doing. Let me know what's going on. And look forward to some awesome videos in the future. I'm actually starting to build a list of videos. So hopefully I can come out, you know, 2-3 videos a week. Definitely 2, maybe 3. But that's all I have for this video. Thanks for listening to me ramble. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.